Ethereum is going to make a lot of new millionaires in 2024, but not how you think. Not by buying and staking your Ethereum like a good little boy. No, that's not how the money's gonna be made. And to be clear, I own a bunch of ETH right now. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's going to go to 10 to 15K. And that's great. Fantastic. Good money. Now, look, if you're happy with just a simple 500% return on your ETH, turn this video off, go touch grass. If you want to seek death or glory in the altcoin jungle on the Ethereum layer 2 networks, then listen up. Because in this video, I want to break down where the money's going to be made on Ethereum this cycle. Because it ain't the main ETH asset. Sorry, guys. Obviously, before we get into that, investing in cryptocurrency is risky. You can lose all your money. In fact, you probably will. Keep that in mind. Full risk statement and disclosure statement down below in the description. Now, let's take a look at the charts here for Ethereum, because I really want to talk about the potential that we're seeing here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. So this is Ethereum right now. Looks great. Looks great. Beautiful. Beautiful asset. Has done fantastic. Had a great run last time. From the peak price of 2018, the first week of January 2018, up until the peak price in November 21, we had a 228% gain. Pretty damn good, right? ETH did great. In fact, you even had a chance to buy it in the bear market for like $80 or some crap like that one day. Nice. Nice. Pretty good overall. Now, we've just, of course, seen a big rally for Ethereum. The price finally got up over $2,150, which is a major area of price resistance back in February 21, price support in January 22, and price resistance again April 23. We're breaking out. Ethereum's going to do big things, but Ethereum is the big boy. Now, look, here's some price predictions for you. Let's say from our current standpoint, where we are right now, let's say that we have a beautiful move for Ethereum, and it does the same kind of gains that it did last cycle. In fact, maybe just a little bit less, just 200%. Just 200% gains from the previous cycle high to the new cycle high. That's going to get us up to around $15,000 per coin. A few dollars shy of it, 14,800 and change. Not bad. That's 200% gains from the previous high. If you're buying it approximately now, you could look between 500 to maybe almost 600% gain. So it's a 5 to 6x gain. Pretty good. That's not bad money. It's a relatively low risk bet for crypto, but that's not where the big money is going to be made on Ethereum this market cycle. Nope. Sorry to burst your bubble. If you already got ETH, you stacked it diligently, you got great prices on it, you're going to do fine. You will. If you are entering the game now and you're looking at $2,000+ Ethereum and thinking, I'm going to get rich by buying this, sorry to burst your bubble, that's not going to happen. I guess if you have $1 million and you want to buy $1 million worth of Ethereum and you sell it for 15,000 whenever it gets up there, then you turn your 1 million into 4 or 5 million in profits. Again, low risk way for crypto to do that. But where the big money's to be made, especially for those of you with smaller portfolio sizes, it's going to be the layer 2 trade. This is the big trade, I think, for Ethereum right now. And here are 3 key ways to play it so that you can make money in 2024. The first way to play this is to pay attention to new listings. We have all these hot coins that are coming up. We have Starknet, we have ZK Sync, we have Linea, we have Scroll, we have Blast, we have Manta. Lots of exciting things are happening right now in these markets, and new listings can make money, especially in the short term, especially during an uptrending market, which we're currently in. Let's take a look at Celestia as a great example. This is one that did a big airdrop like Starknet and ZK Sync and Linea and Blast and Manta and Scroll are all going to do. Big airdrops will come out. Those will be a lot of the tokens that become circulating in the first few days. Look what happened with Celestia. Listed on Halloween, 31st of October. And then for the first 10 days of November, nothing happened. Price was very muted. You had a week to purchase this coin for around $2.50 per coin, approximately. Then, of course, when the airdrop sellers all sold their airdrops, the accumulators have stopped accumulating, the market makers stepped in, prices started pumping. This bad boy went up 500% from the start of November to 5 weeks later in December. That's crazy. Big money was made in a very short amount of time with Celestia. My guess is that if you want to play the layer 2 thesis trade, watch for these new listings. Now, don't buy in the first 5 minutes. You can get wrecked pretty quickly that way. Wait for the airdrop sellers to come in, start dumping the price down a little bit. Watch for those first 1 to 5, 6 days. You might get a good entry there. Not financial advice, obviously, but just that's what I would be doing. That's how I would be watching these new listings when they come out, because that will probably be the point of maximum opportunity. Get in those plays early. And of course, don't be afraid to sell them when you get a nice profit. That alone, remember what we were just talking about just a second ago. Our best case scenario, in my opinion, for Ethereum from the current prices is about a 500% return. Relatively safer compared to something like a new listing like Celestia, but Celestia just did those returns in a month. You have maybe 12 to 18 months for ETH to put in those kind of returns. And of course, you hope that it gets that high. Celestia did it in a month, 12 to 18 months. Of course, Celestia just getting started off, might go higher. Who knows? Maybe it'll put in 1,000% gains. Maybe it's going to put in 10x more gains than Ethereum would have put in. And I think that some of these layer 2s have that same potential. The second big thing, airdrops. Now, there's quite a few airdrops out there that you can be farming. And we know some of them are already finished. Starknet, for example, they already took the snapshot. It was kind of leaked out that snapshot was taken. So we're probably not going to be getting that one. Others are still available. One that I put some Ethereum into, about 20 ETH into this one, is Manta Network. Now, obviously, it's a new network. There's always risks, right? But this is an Ethereum layer 2 with native yields. So they take your ETH and they stake it. They take your USDC and they stake it, and you actually earn money while your coins are sitting there in your wallet or doing anything else. And of course, you can still use them to do all the kind of things you normally do on chain. Very interesting. Blast is doing a similar thing as well to this idea. Manta, though, 6 months ahead of where Blast is. They already have their mainnet live. And there's going to be a big airdrop for those of you who stake Ethereum. So if you want that to be you, there's a link down below. You need an invite code. You can use my invite code to do that. Link in the description where you can find out more about this airdrop opportunity. It's probably one of the easiest ones to get. All you have to do is deposit your ETH, sit back and wait for the airdrop to come. But it's a limited time offer. They're going to be doing the snapshot sometime in January. So check it out if you're interested. Now that's an easy airdrop. Very easy airdrop. Not all airdrops are that simple, unfortunately. Some airdrops are a little bit more complex. Take ZK Sync as a good example. If you want to farm this airdrop, you're going to have to do a little bit more. You got to do more on-chain activity. And look, the crazy thing about these airdrops, see, something like Manta is very transparent. Deposit ETH, you get points. Fantastic. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, you'll get an airdrop at some point. Something like ZK Sync, definitely not as transparent. What are you going to have to do? How much on-chain activity? How much on-chain volume do you need? How many protocols do you need to have interacted with? How long do you need to have been using the network? Do you need to have done developer things? Do you need to be running a node? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's a lot of stuff to consider here, but this is a potentially very high value one, ZK Sync. Same with Scroll, same with Linea. And the same steps apply that I'm going to share with you now for ZK Sync to those other networks. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so if you want to do a ZK Sync airdrop farming, here's a mini tutorial for you. So the first thing, of course, is you're going to need to get money over to ZK Sync. Now, you can do this using the bridges because not many exchanges actually support it right now. They have a different list of supported bridges here and supported exchanges, but this is perhaps a double airdrop dip for you. A little bit extra alpha in this video here for you. If you use Orbiter Finance, so orbiter.finance, you come over here, and if you bridge money from your Ethereum wallet or another layer 2, if you already have money sitting, for example, on Linea, or you have money sitting in Arbitrum, for example, you can bridge from Arbitrum to ZK Sync as well. Let's say you have money sitting in your Ethereum wallet. You want to connect to the site here and bridge your ETH from the Ethereum mainnet over to ZK Sync Era. So that gets you, you've now bridged money onto ZK Sync, so that potentially gets you in line for a ZK Sync airdrop as well as a potential Orbiter Finance airdrop. 2 for 1. Good deal here, right? Then, once you have money on the ZK Sync layer 2, Then you want to come somewhere like SyncSwap. On SyncSwap, start doing some swaps. As the name implies, get over here, connect to your layer 2, connect to ZK Sync, trade back and forth. I would say frequency is something to pay attention here. So maybe come once per week, do a swap. Doesn't have to be giant. You can spend $50 if you want something like that. Change between your ETH and your USDC and USDC to USDT and then back to ETH, for example. Do that once a week. If you can afford to do more, you might have a better chance. Again, we don't know the exact criteria yet of what is going to be for any of this. Hey, here's some extra alpha for you. I know I just gave you more alpha. Here's even more alpha. SyncSwap, tokenless protocol, probably also going to be doing an airdrop at some point. So now we've got 3 potential airdrops, all Ethereum layer 2 stuff that could potentially make you huge sums of money. Maybe nothing. That's how airdrops work, but maybe a lot. Another tokenless protocol, by the way, is Erlen. So another ZK Sync protocol. This, again, you're going to want to come over here. This is a lending market. So you want to deposit a little bit of Ethereum or a little bit of USDC into their pools here to hopefully get in line for, again, a ZK Sync airdrop, as well as an Erlen airdrop. They all may be worth nothing. You might get no airdrops at all. Of course, any of these protocols or blockchain itself can be hacked. You can lose all your money. Keep that in mind. All right. There's risks to doing this stuff. It's not completely risk free. We're not talking about using a test net here. This is an in the wild main net, real money on the line. Keep that in mind. Okay. And a final thing, if you want to go next level, thirdweb.com/explore. Here, you can actually, in just a few clicks of a button, deploy contracts onto ZK Sync. Now, that's pretty cool because as we've seen in previous airdrops, and it may not be the case for this airdrop, but as we've seen in previous airdrops, developers get really big rewards. And what's it require to be a developer? Deploying contracts on the blockchain. So come here, deploy an NFT, deploy a marketplace, whatever, deploy stuff, play around, have fun, run some code. It's really simple. It's just a few clicks and you have a code that you're running, and now you're a developer. Pretty cool, right? And now you might get a bigger airdrop, even cooler. And before we get into my final tips here for making money on Ethereum layer 2s, just a quick note, if you're not signed up to the Wealth Master newsletter yet, you got to get it checked out. Best damn newsletter in crypto, every single issue, packed full of alpha. Altcoin alpha, altcoin reports, altcoin technical analysis, DeFi tutorials, airdrop tutorials. Man, the amount of airdrops that we've nailed, 30K in airdrops just for the top 5 airdrops that we've covered in Wealth Mastery this year. Missing out. You can sign up for free. Over 90,000 people a week read this bad boy, and you can too. Get straight to your inbox. Thank you very much. And then we come to the third thing that's going to make the big ka-ching, hopefully for you. And that is the beta of ETH. All the ecosystem plays launching on these layer 2 networks. Look, if ETH is your low risk, low reward, you're going to get 5x, right? Maybe. All these layer 2s, which of course you can farm and get for free-ish. Still have to spend some money to get on-chain activity, but free-ish. Might do 10, 20x. Maybe you buy the early listing, you get in, you get the good move, you get a 10, 20x out of it during this market cycle. Nice. Good one, mate. But then you go down from that second tier to the third tier. And that, of course, is the ecosystem plays, the beta of the beta. Essentially, we're talking about decentralized exchanges, perpetual swap exchanges, DeFi protocols, gaming coins, meme coins. I mean, what have you guys been doing with meme coins, man? The amount of money people are making on stupid memes, it breaks my brain. But congratulations for not mid-curving memes. Don't bet against culture, guys. That's a lesson I've learned in 2023. Anyway, there's a lot of money that's going to be made on these sort of calls. ETH 5x, layer 2s 10 to 20x, ecosystem plays 50 to 100x. But you have to understand something. Big risk. ETH low risk, top layer 2s lower risk, but, you know, still compared to ETH higher risk. And then you have what's much more risky, of course, in the ecosystem plays, because there's going to be a big war going on for liquidity, for users. Not all these layer 2s are going to be successful. Think about it. We have Arbitrum, Optimism, Metis, ZK Sync, Linea, Scroll, Manta, Blast, Starknet. like 10 others, man. It's silly at this point. Not all of them are going to win. Not all of them are going to get users. In fact, a lot of them, I would imagine, are probably going to lose, unfortunately. So, with that in mind, remember to take profits while you look for the winners. And there's going to be just a handful of winners. Each of these chains is going to have 50 to 100, maybe a couple hundred protocols launching. Very few will survive. Remember, startup rates in crypto, 90% plus failure rate. Keep that in mind. Take your profits, the market will take them for you. You might get a nice short-term pump out of some of these coins. Some of them might be the next big thing. Look for it. I mean, money is flowing into these ecosystems. People are putting money into the big venture capital firms and stuff are putting money into this stuff right now. So don't fade it, but just be aware of the risks that you're taking when you do it, okay? If you have low risk tolerance, just buy, stake, and hold ETH. Easy. If you want to risk life and limb for the ultimate glory of the 100x, it's the beta ecosystem plays, man. That's where the money will be made, the big time money, and the ETH ecosystem moving forward. Final thoughts. Look, ETH's not the only game in town. ETH layer 2, great, exciting. I'm very excited about it. I'm farming the crap out of it. So lots of different plays that I'm making in that arena. But I'm also playing around on Solana, man. I'm also on Avalanche. I'm also screwing around for other places. Like, I'm not wedded to, like, I must only do Ethereum, man. No. Mercenary capital. Let your money flow where the opportunity is. That's why I've got 10 or 11 farms over on Solana right now, for example. And of course, as you take your profits from these riskier plays, don't be afraid to put some money in your pocket. That's one. And two, maybe you want to keep investing. So maybe move some of that high risk money into low risk up into ETH, basically, which is bullish for ETH, which is why ETH goes to 10 to 15K, not just the spot ETF and stuff, but the fact that all this money from all this ecosystem development will inevitably flow back uphill to ETH. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.